but there are occasions, I'm sure you'll agree, when it's useful to talk in a language which other people can't understand, which is why I suspect backslang or double talk was invented. Years ago it was spoken a lot, but these days hardly at all. Dockers used to use it when they didn't want their bosses to understand what they were saying. So too did young girls when they didn't want their boyfriends to listen in. Ruby Connolly of Brunel Drive in Litherland's a past mistress of the art of backslang or double talk, as Barbara Taylor found out when she called at her home to see her.
Hello go better go bredigan. Care to go American and set a get dead again.
Booby, what was that you said to me?
I said, come in, Barbara, and sit down.
Now that's a sort of backslang or double talk. Can you tell me how did you learn it?
Well, I forget how I learned it. We used to do it when I was a teenager, which is going back now to the 1940s. And it was just a group that we were together and we used to just talk this double talk. And we used to sort of have a crowd of boys and girls, and none of the boys could do it. And we used to be able to just skip them and say, look at him, look at the gob on him, and he thinks he's on here tonight and he's not. And they'd all be laughing and asking the were we speaking Welsh, and we used to just kid him along, and it was just a big laugh, really.
So this double talk of yours, how do you do it? You put certain words, certain syllables onto the beginning of the words.
What it is you take a word and you take the first letter, and then you put E-R-A-G at the back of the first letter, then finish the word off.
E-R-A-G?
Erag.
So my name would be Beragabra.
Yeah, well, you see, with your name, it's a long name. So you could either say Beragabra. I haven't even spoken it for years and years, so, I'm a bit rusty on it now at the moment. It's just you asking me to do it. I'm getting all nervous and saying, no, God, I can't do it now, but I used to be rattle it off. For you get, as they say, get a long word, sort of like Merseyside, Merseyside, Sarah Guide. The Merseyside is split up, you Merseyside and Sarah Guide. Merseyside, Sarah Guide. Merseyside, Sarah Guide, Radio Merseyside.
I'm not surprised the boys didn't understand what you were talking about.
It was great. We could say all kinds about them, not really what they thought about us.
So go on, give us another example of the sort of thing you could say.
Well, let me say my name is Ruby. So I say Redagooby, Conley, Kerrigan, Lerigi. That can be split up. You can either split a word up, and it sounds better when you split a long word up. It's harder to understand it then. But it was really fun, and, I often wonder why you don't hear kids speaking double talk now, they don't have their own little language, and I don't even know, where it originated and how I learned it. I just knew it, and some people were better at it than others. And if you got two people that knew it, well, they'd just gab away in it. I often used to think, if I went up to somebody in town and asked them directions in double talk, what would they say? God, I don't understand. And I've often been tempted to do it, but I always slip up on it now because I'm not used to saying it. So,
or the different types of double talk then besides yours?
Oh yes, there was Yago. There was one that used to put an A at the end of words, and Apple. I never ever used that because I thought this one was better. It was, you could understand what people were talking about with the other one. But with this one, nobody seems to know what it is until they learn it. And it's so easy, really. It's just, I used to sing, it was a little song, Give Me 5 Minutes More, which was one of the songs of the day. And I used to sing that, I used to sing, Gera give me Farraguise, Merrigan it's Merigo, Eric only Farraguise, Merrigan it's Merigo, which is, give me 5 minutes more, only 5 minutes more. But a lot of people just couldn't do it. So if you were able to do it, and your friend was able to do it, you could talk about anybody. You could say anything you like in front of their face, really get away with it,
So what sort of things did you used to say right in front of somebody you are? Did boys are behind you up and down, just say, look at him, look, he thinks he's on it and he isn't, look at a little bit of pain. So what would you say? How would you say it?
what sort of say, let her go to get a gob on the head again. Which means look at the gob on in.
Do you find that once you've got the formula, that you don't have to think about sentences, it comes natural?
Now, it's hard for me now to sort of go back on it. But once you know how to do it, you know, and you're talking it quite often, it's just like another language. You just get used to saying it, and you know, you say yes, yet a guess, and no, net a go. And all the words that you normally use are quite easy. It's when you come to, you know, an odd word that it's got to be split up, and then you have to think about it a bit. But if you're using it all the time, as I say, you know it, you can do it.
Well, Ruby, I think it's going to be one language that I'm not going to be able to master, I'm afraid.
Sure you can if you tried hard enough. Erigis is the erigend of the erigant of Yerigu. Erigal, Jerigus, Serigay, Gergud, Derigay. Hold on, I was just saying, well, if this is the end of the interview, I'll just say goodbye.
Goodbye, Ruby. Thank you very much indeed. What a wonderful voice you got, not only with the language, but a lovely singing voice too.
Radio Merseyside, live from Liverpool's International Garden Festival.
Well, if you're as good as Ruby Connell is at speaking backslang or knowing about it, then do ring us the newsline. The lines are open now, 709 9333, if you'd like to talk about that.